You're live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN television. And right now we've been joined by the national youth leader of the Labour Party, Prince Kennedy Ahanotu, to speak on the ongoing crisis and tussle for leadership going on in the party. Welcome and good afternoon.
Thank you.
It's good to have you.
Good afternoon, welcome. Okay, I'm Mercy, Babajide.
Okay, Mercy, it's a pleasure.
Same here, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome to the studio once
Thank
again.
you very much.
All right, so let's quickly run through the issues. Let's start with today. There was some sort of fracas about a day or two ago, and there was a lot of build-up for today being the presidential election petition tribunal and others. And there's news flying about today. So let's just start with today. What's happening today as regards Labour Party and the issue of leadership, including the Abure and the Apapa contention?
Well, it was so simple. Some people went to court against the party, and they maneuvered their way in getting a ex parte order, which the Supreme Court have since said that ex parte order is not good, it's not fair, because it's like strangling somebody. You know, ex parte order usually strangles people, it usually suffocates people. So Supreme Court have said that don't give ex parte order, especially when it goes to do with criminal accusations. You must hear the other party. So because you can't bap someone's head behind him. So what happened is that that same court, we told the judge that he doesn't have jurisdiction, you know, to even entertain such matter. And the judge assumed jurisdiction, that he had jurisdiction. And we went for appeal. And the appeal is successful, it's already out. So the judge had no choice today than to suspend the hearing at that level until the appeal is determined to consider if he do have jurisdiction or not. But that is, by the way, even in that court today, the judge reprimanded the Apapa's camp that the order he gave them was not for them to go and hijack leadership position in the party. They were reprimanded in court. So you see that what has been happening in the country is that you give people, there is this humorous statement, when they allow somebody, he looks for allowance. You know, just allow you and you are looking for an allowance, you know. So that is what happened with respect to that leadership case in court. So as far as we know, Julius Aburi is the national chairman of Labour Party.
But you said you are appealing the
what we are appealing.
So in the moment,
there is no judgment. There is no judgment in or ruling on the High Court. There was no judgment. It's just an ex parte order, and the ex parte order lasts for only 7 days.
So what about the last High Court, meeting where, they seem to have come out successful, saying that the court has. Those are.
Look, let me tell you, those are the things that these guys went to feed the populace. They feed people with lies. It's easy for you to do this, famous. You can tomorrow go to High Court, go to FCT High Court. Go there and get the CTC of what has transpired. You see that this is just an order. The matter have not even been heard. Before you hear this matter, you get evidences. To prove this thing they are doing in court is difficult. They just wanted it to hijack the party, and they didn't succeed. Okay, so there is no judgment for them to be in charge. No court have the authority to give leadership to any political party in Nigeria. Okay. You can make verification of this.
All right, so just very quickly, what's the update on the issue of suspension of Julius Aburi? You know, because
there has never been any suspension of Julius Aburi. What the order, not a judgment, what the order said is that they restrain Julius Aburi from acting as the national chairman of the party. And again, even if you restrain Julius Aburi, we have a good administrative channels in the party. So, and during that period, those administrative channels we are running. Our documents are being signed, because if president is not in the country, does it mean the country doesn't run?
Okay, so you've said the court suspended him, but then you guys still went ahead. So
the court didn't suspend. Use the right language.
Okay,
it was a restraining order, not a judgment.
Even at that, he has a restraining order, but then you guys still went ahead and it's still your representative,
yes, because
right?
Yes.
Wait, let me land. Okay, so it's still representing your party. Does that mean your party does not have regards for rule of law?
Those are propagandous language. The truth is that because we have regard for rule of law, that was even why we gave attention to it. If you discovered within that period, Julius Abure was not appearing on social media, he was not appearing on TV, he just restrained himself. Even though he has an order from a court of equal jurisdiction from Benin for him not to be suspended. So, and that order came before this order. So, and again, there's a judgment that when there's a conflicting order, they are nullity. Okay, but being a legal practitioner, Julius Abure is a lawyer, and being a law-abiding person, I have respect for the judiciary, he quietly, placed himself on the background. And our administration was going on. The party was running. We had NEC. We had primaries.
So during the time you took several steps back, who was the acting chairman?
There was nothing like acting chairman. You don't come to my house and tell me who my dad is. Okay. I know my father. So this question of there is no need for an acting chairman. We have deputy national chairman. Okay. We have deputy national secretary. So in a situation whereby the national chairman, maybe he traveled and something needs to be done. For example, I've been signing letters officially for the party when the national secretary is not around. As a deputy national secretary then, I sign letter. So if the national chairman is not around, deputy sign letter. What happened is that some people had an ulterior motive to fight an individual. So they took an order of the court, broke into the party office, distributed position to themselves. So even if we want to change leadership of our party, we have constitution. And you cannot change the national chairman without the whole National Working Committee meeting and convening NEC. It is the NEC, the National Convention, that have the right to even change leadership in the Labour Party. So you see, there are a lot of flaunting of constitutions and laws in this matter, and that I see it as a desperation, human desperation to acquire power. And I feel they are being sponsored to do it. It showed clearly on tribunal today.
All right, but can we get a breakdown of the genesis of this? Because what the story says is that some ward ESCOs came together, although we saw later that some persons came to Abuja here to show solidarity. So let's get from the basis. And the reason why I say this is because similar is happening with the PDP. The national chairman was suspended by some ESCOs, and automatically, because there was a ruling or an order, he stepped aside, and the national vice chairman from his region is now in an acting capacity. So what is the difference here with the Labour Party? Does no such thing happen?
Number one difference is that Labour Party is not PDP, and we can never be PDP. PDP have their own constitution. Okay. What you need to do is to get the political party constitutions, have the Labour Party constitution, have the PDP constitution, have the APC constitution, so that it will help you to understand why it's a totally different thing. Secondly, I am from Obahezo Orodo in Mbitolu local government of Imo State. You cannot call a press conference in Abuja and bring somebody that is not known in my family, not known in my political polling unit, not known in my political ward, to suspend me in Abuja. Is it done anywhere? It can only happen in Nigeria.
Is that what happened?
The guy that said he's suspending Abure is an impostor. He's not known to the party at that ward.
He's not a Labour Party
member. He's not a Labour Party member at that ward where Abure came from. Go and make this verification. I'm sorry. And that is why Labour Party is coming to change leadership position, to change things in Nigeria, because investigative journalists have to be paid very well, because when they embark on fact-finding, they need to travel. It's easy for investigators to travel to that ward in Edo State, find out. These people that appeared on press conference in Abuja, were they from this ward? Is it not easy to do? Use their family name and go and ask questions. We have gone beyond this level of propaganda that people does anything anyhow. And how can you stay in Abuja? Okay, what chairman suspending a national chairman in Abuja in a hotel room? Why didn't he do that suspension under the mango tree where they meet? during the party meetings at the ward. Why?
But does your constitution allow that? Just
No, our constitution does not allow. What chairman can never suspend the national chairman of the party?
And does word of mouth actually count when it comes to
word of mouth?
Yeah, word of mouth. Don't you have to sign documents to actually approve all of these things? Are there not like legal processes to actually remove and
I've just told you that if you want to remove the national chairman of the party, it has process. And that process is initiated at the National Working Committee.
Okay.
And National Working Committee will convene NEC. It is at the NEC that vote of confidence or no confidence will be passed and another chairman will be taken. So it is not just what anybody can just come up with, because there are so many political enemies.
Okay.
Somebody can, like what happened is political witch hunting. That is what I call it. So let those people, if you have the tape, play them, take their photographs, go to that Uromi and find out if those people are from that town.
All right, I know you said the constitution is different, but interestingly, even in the PDP constitution, it is not supposed to be. I'd just like to get your comments. How has it gone this far if it's so clear-cut? What I mean is, if it is very clear in your constitution that a ward chairman or a ward representative cannot remove the national chairman, you know, how did it get to this point? What happens when the case is taken to court? I'm really trying to understand, because actually the same thing is happening in the PDP.
I'm sorry, it seems you've not done much research on what is actually happening. The matter that went to court is not about the suspension of Abure, because Abure already have an order. Nobody can suspend him as case may be now. Okay. What the matter in court is that Julius Abure is forgery, perjury. So why are you not talking about what suspension? You are conflicting it to me. I'm sorry.
I like the fact that you mentioned even forgery.
So forgery, that is
we're going to get there, but I'm trying to understand the basis upon which he's been, or is trying, or there is an attempt to set him aside. Is it simply the case of forgery, or it started from the issue of suspension?
I'm telling you that there is no suspension on Julius Abure. Let's keep that aside. There is no suspension from whoever. Those people are not known to the party at the local government, not known to the party at the ward. Okay? The issue of perjury, forgery, is a criminal accusation. And as I'm talking to you here, the CTC of INEC nomination and withdrawal is out. Call them here and let them prove to you that Julius Abure forged signature. The CTC is out. He filled his nomination form and fill his withdrawal, and the two documents are out. It's easy. Go to INEC and request for CTC, certified true copy of nomination and withdrawal. If the signatures are not the same, you indict Abure. But it's out. The forensic report from police is out. It didn't indict Abure. The police report is out, final report. You know, they went to acquire an expert order with interim, temporal police report, not the final report. Did you get the point? They went to acquire this expert order with interim police report. What does interim mean? That means it's only one person that have been listened to. It was only one person that have been investigated. That means the other party have not been investigated. So what actually happened during our campaign, we were so committed in the campaign, police kept inviting Abure. Abure wrote them and attached our campaign timetable, gave to police that as soon as the campaign is over, we will come. Immediately we finished our campaign, we went to, Abure took himself to police. They interrogated him almost 3 hours, 4 hours. He was there with them. And he gave his own side of the story. This is a criminal accusation. It's not something you can just say, if I see Messi, this is my sister now, I'll say, she stole my phone. And I will not prove that she stole my phone. Does it make sense? No, I have to give you my clear-cut evidence why I said he stole my phone.
And that will still happen, Moses.
That's if I did steal his phone. And I'm telling you that has happened, that the reports are out. Final report is out. Forensic audit have audited the nomination form, the signature on it, and the withdrawal form. And forensic audit have said that there is no perjury. There's no forgery here. You see, all of them will get to the public.
All right, okay, so just to start rounding up, let's talk about Lamidi Apapa. He's been very concerned or insulted that members from your end of the party keep saying they don't know him. Is that true? Is it a completely new person to you, or
there is a difference between you don't know Lamidi Apapa as he's claiming that he's the acting national chairman, than saying that you don't know him in the party. Yes, before now, Lamidi Apapa was the deputy. He is now suspended anyway. He was the deputy national chairman of the party. No argument about that. You understand? But for him to now change nomenclature, it behoves some people to say, we don't know you with this signature. So when you interpret some grammar, understand the foundation of that grammar. They don't know him as the chairman of the party. And I don't know him as the chairman of the party. And I can't recognize him as the chairman of the party. So what happened in court is that, look, Labour Party, whether anybody likes it or not, performed wonders with respect to 2023 general election. And Nigerians did have accepted the party. And Nigeria has seen light with the tribunal case. So when they saw this man in court, and remember that we raised an alarm that these people were coming to withdraw the case of P2B because it's a very genuine and viable case in court.
Is that even something they
can do? Yes.
They tried doing it today. They came to court. That day they came alone, stood up to counter representation of the party.
Can they actually stand up to counter exactly without Peter Obi, or don't they have?
I'm talking about the withdrawal.
The withdrawal.
The court have sorted that out today. Okay. They felt in their mind that they can achieve that, but the tribunal have put that to a stop today. Okay. Because they actually wrote tribunal. They came to court today again. Apapa came to court today. I was there. Apapa came with a lawyer. One of Amadin son. In fact, the man was embarrassed in court. It's a pity. He came and stood up after our lead counsels have introduced themselves. He stood up and said that he has an authority to be the counsel to Labour Party. So the chairman of the panel was surprised and told him, how do you mean? That even if there is something like this, there is not something you come and show in courtroom. That you must have communicated with your colleagues, and you now come and take over. Not that you come to court to say you are taking over. That is not done like that.
Okay, so just
he was walked away.
Okay,
with Apapa in court today. They were walked away.
Okay, quick one before we round up. Court nullifies Alex Oti's candidature, all Labour Party candidates in Abia Kano. Would like to take your own take on that.
From Kano, a court is nullifying an election done in Abia State. See, those of them that went to do that thing, let them know that their time is up in Nigeria.
Oh, that's the question. Who did that?
You get the CTC, whoever that did it. Let me tell you, they are fighting Labour Party. In fact, we finger the hand of APC in the fight against Labour Party. Yes, because several things that are happening. Even this son that came out today to represent Apapa in court that was disgraced, sometime in the past, have proving to Nigerians why Tinubu's in some newspaper in 2022, the man opened it up. It's on front page that Tinubu's Muslim ticket is good.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the senior advocate.
You're familiar with the man, okay?
Okay, so just I don't.
So he's not an APC biased lawyer.
Prince Kennedy, I don't think I can let you go without asking. Apapa said he almost died in court, and we've been seeing some people celebrating his harassment and so on and so forth. And in all of this, Peter Obi is conspicuously silent. So we wonder, is this an approval? What's really going on? Is this an implicit approval that persons who are seemingly against the party should be attacked?
I'm not a journalist. If I am, I would have asked you, what do you expect Peter Obi to do?
At least he should come out to say something. Exactly. Silence too is
Peter Obi is not silent. Peter Obi has spoken severally. Maybe people didn't want to hear. Peter Obi attended the next meeting we had in Asaba, where Apapa was suspended. Peter Obi was there, and all the elected officers of the party. And Peter Obi said that as far as he knows, it's Julius Abure he knows. What do you want Peter Obi to be talking on television every day? He said, have you ever seen Tinubu talk on television anyhow? Or Atiku? Is it because Peter Obi have opened himself up that he is loved by Nigerians and he likes engaging them? Every little thing you want Peter Obi to come and talk on a case that doesn't have any water. You want Peter Obi to come and talk about Apapa? Did Apapa visit P2B before they hijacked the party?
But whether you like it or not, it's still relative to the party's issue.
But you don't. P2B had made a statement in NEC during the NEC meeting. He made that statement that, as far as he knows, that is. And the P2B made a statement again on Arise TV. If you did watch, that the man, he doesn't know the man as an acting chairman of the party. So what do you want P2B to say? And my brother Famous, tell me.
No, I mean, to say that violence or harassment of any sort should be out of it.
Did P2B send anybody? Did I send anybody?
That is the claim.
No. There are so many claims, my brother. Any claim that you can't prove is baseless. Right. If there is any evidence to show that P2B send people, let them bring the evidence. So right. P2B have been asked to go to court. Okay. The man is peacefully and patiently in court. Let's allow the court to do their job. Simple.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prince Kennedy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was nice to have you on the program with us today.
Thank you.
That's how we end up this segment of the program. We'll go on a break. When we return, we'll be joined by another guest and the conversation continues. Stay with us. We'll be right back.